Hello, I'm here to show you a little control system I'm designing for my Corrado here. I'm having some fun with it and figured I'd share what I've done so far. Basically, I have a 93 Corrado SLC and I decided to put a touch panel in place of the stereo and the heater controls. And you can see here's my dash bezel, and it's currently in there. It fits quite well. It is a doubled in size, and we'll go through and show you what I got going on. Sorry if I stole you one of your images. I took a few off Google, and sorry about that if one of these is yours, or maybe you'll like it. Anyways, basically I bought a touch panel off eBay. Currently it actually doesn't function because I got it pretty cheap. It's an AMX touch panel. The overlay is broken, so I'm doing everything VNC, which works pretty fine, except for it slows down the touch panel a little bit. So we'll walk through what I've all got connected to it. First thing I'll do is I'll go into the VNC program I got over here on my computer and get it fired up. So as I press a button on here, it'd be like tapping a button on the front. We get a couple options. Basically heater controls, gauges. Stereo will be eventually integrated in, and I'm hoping to get some moonroof controls in here as well. So start out with a heater matrix here. I tore the heater matrix. Right now my car is actually completely tore apart. So it's in shambles, we'll say. But hopefully within the next couple weeks I'll get it back together. We have on the left hand side a defrost, vents, feet buttons. As you press them, you can probably hear the servos already, but they are controlling, like right now would be just that defrost. If we hit defrost and vents, now we're going to have vents and defrost. We hit feet, we're going to have feet, vents, and defrost. Although we're probably not going to get a whole lot of wind power, will actually function that way. Splits them all in half. Now you can also turn them off, just do vents, just do feet, whatever you'd like. There's also an inside air button to control that flapper that allows you to pull air from under your feet or from outside via the hood vent underneath by the rain tray. It's also basically a heating and cooling button that will allow me to variably adjust the amount of warm or cold air coming in from outside or from the heater core, and that's fully adjustable, so it works that way. It's also fan speed as well, an off, 1, 2, 3, and 4 state, just like normal Corrado. So if we hit 1, we're going to get it real slow. You probably won't even hear it right now. 2 picks up a little bit, 3 is a little faster, and 4 is full bore. So I'll shut that back off. And then I'll show you what we got hooked up here for this heater matrix. Now I did take care to try and take some good shots of what the interior looked like to make these servos not hit anything once they're placed back into the dash. This is our cold air intake from outside. So as you see, I can press the button and up above, and it actually flips that back and forth. One thing that was making me mad is that my cables kept binding on my Corrado and breaking, and just seemed like a big pain in the ass. So I figured this would probably ease the pain, but I doubt it. It'll probably make more pain. So that's inside air. We also have our defrost, vent, and our mixture air intake. So as I press them, like right now, we'll just turn on defrost, which closes our vents. And I think this thing actually might be upside down right now. Yeah, so this is actually coming up towards the towards the feet, but it's shut off, so all the air is going to go out through the vents, or through the defroster. So we turn on vents, now we have defrost and feet. Turn on feet, now we got them all halfway, and we can flip them all around too. Now it's just feet. The variable hot cold is over here, and I can adjust that just a little bit here. So if I want it 50%, you can go 50%. You can go more, less, however. And the fan speeds from down here, you should be able to hear it a little better, a little closer like this. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4, and off. So that's my heater controls on here. They're working quite well. I've had them on a basically a subroutine of running them for 8 hours a day for the last 3 weeks, and I'm feeling pretty comfortable with them at this point. No problems that I've really run into. I haven't really tested the relays. I'm hoping the relays hold up. They're just generic ones. We'll find out, I guess. The other thing that I currently have integrated is my gauges for a Megasquirt. I've been building a Megasquirt right over here, and I'm going to be putting that in there as well and integrating that into the touch panel as well. The AMX frame is actually what's controlling it, this little box right here. The box underneath it is the relay box, which is controlling the fan speeds right now. It'll also be controlling some other things like power to this, because I'll drain my battery if I have this running all the time. So this will also shut down my system at certain points. And yeah, basically other than that, I got a little volume controller box underneath there. Can't really see these too well, but that will eventually control my stereo. So Megasquirt is right here. I've got a Mega Stim hooked up to it for basically simulation purposes, just to show you that the gauges work with this. Now let's go on through serial back up and in to my AMX box that's sending it to the touch panel. So if we go over here to our gauges section, from here we can see we've got some gauges up here. Now I haven't had them labeled. I'll probably fancy them up so they're not quite so ugly. We got our oxygen sensor. I believe that one's our coolant temperature sensor, because I didn't put coolant above it. I probably should. Our PSI for our map sensor. I don't have a vacuum gauge, so we're not going to see that actually operate. Air intake temperature, RPMs, and also a throttle position sensor down here. So if we take and we turn our RPMs, which is this guy right here, we will see them both on the touch panel and on my computer, which is VNC'd, go up and down. Take the next one over, which is our oxygen sensor. And that will go up and down with that. Now the engine will actually be turning this instead of my little simulator eventually. So that's sending it up and down by turning our little oxygen sensor pot. We also have throttle position sensor, which is the bar at the bottom. All the way up to 100, all the way back down to 0. And then we have our coolant sensors. Whoops, touch panel went to sleep. That will bring it all the way up or all the way back down for each individual air sensor. So that's what I got going on for now. I'm hoping to have a little bit more, but I'm getting ready to start putting this stuff back into the car and get the stereo wired in. That'll be a few more tweaks, but that's basically what I got going on for now. So there you have it.